What is up, YouTube? It's Sane coming at you with another video. Going back to Pokemon Unite, I have been playing this game basically non-stop since I got it a couple days after release. And I've been doing a lot of research on this game, specifically about items, because I feel like items is the meta part that's kind of been coming into the limelight more now that people are starting to settle in with characters, settle in with movesets, kind of understand what everyone does. They want to start figuring out their items, which items are the best, looking at stats and everything like that. So I thought for this video, I've done a couple, item builds for some Pokemon, but I'm really gonna talk about both the move sets and the items for my personal top 5 favorite Pokemon. Just like a kind of an interesting video of like, oh hey, what do I play? What research have I done on these Pokemon? What items and move sets do I run with them? Why do I like them so much? Stuff like that. And I'll try to talk about synergies here, kind of down at the bottom a little bit too. Who in my experience and like my playing experience and my viewing experience, because I watch a lot of stuff and look at a lot of stuff that like top players are saying and stuff. Look at some like kind of synergies and who pairs really well with who. So let's start into it. I'm gonna start out with Absol, who is my premier jungler most of the times, usually Absol or Zeraora. Mainly just Absol. I love Absol so much. It's one of my favorite Pokemon. One of the huge reasons I actually got this game was because Absol's in it. Level 1, I usually just grab Slash, and then go into Feint for the the quick early jungling. Then you of course always want to grab Pursuit. The dash forward is just so amazing, and also the added damage when you hit from the back, so strong. And Psycho Cut just adds more damage to basic attacks. It's such a good combo to approach somebody, hit them with Psycho Cut, and then Pursuit from the back, hit them from the back with your auto attack boosted if you can. And you just deal so much damage, and you just blow people up. It's like it's far and above the best Absol set. Every Absol I've talked to, every Absol I've seen runs this set. You might see like Feint switch over with Slash or whatever. It really doesn't matter. It's kind of just how you prefer to jungle it fastest. As for items, the Scope Lens was made for Absol, paired with Super Luck, his ability, which just gives him increased critical hit rate, deal more critical hit damage, as well as have a higher crit chance. Scope Lens is a given. Muscle Band is also amazing, just to deal more damage to people with your auto attacks, because you're using your auto attacks for damage. Both of your abilities work off of your auto attack, so Muscle Band is another must-have. And then just Floatstone at the end for faster rotating around the map. You get movement speed once you're out of combat, and activates 8 seconds after you've been out of combat. So just in case you didn't know that, like, it's 8 seconds after combat. But yeah, it's just the best for rotating around. Absol's so squishy, and putting any kind of bulk items isn't really going to do anything. Attack weight doesn't really do all that much as much as you might think. Really just the added movement from Floatstone is just going to be the best. And battle item, of course you want the eject button. It's probably just the best item in the game. Helps you disengage with Absol, and paired with Pursuit, you get Pursuit away and then Flash, and then by the time your Flash is up, you basically got another Pursuit ready, so you got like 3 dashes real quick. So yeah. So as for synergies with Absol, I mean, he's a jungler, so I think putting synergies with junglers is a little bit more difficult to describe, but I've always just found that like any kind of trapping characters or a CC who can keep somebody close, so I can just jump in on them real quick and secure the kill. Someone like Crustle or Slowbro or Snorlax, all the defenders, even the supporters like Mime and Wigglytuff, and even like Ninetales as well, have been who I've really seen to be some of the best teammates. The stun from Ninetales has been super nice. Also being able to like sit in Ninetales Aurora Veil. Ninetales is super good. Anyways, next up, let's hop into Cinderace. Let me scroll over to Cinderace here on the screen too. Where is he? There he is. Cinderace, one of the premier ADC characters in this game. Probably has like the highest damage output of anyone. He can jungle. He can lane very well. Really strong character. I usually just typically go with Blaze. I usually start with low sweep just for the dash. I feel like the dash is nice to have early. These first two really don't matter. And then I always go with Blaze Kick. Pyro Ball is great too, but Blaze Kick's sure hit, and its ability just to do so much damage and all this stuff, I feel like it's just so much better. And then Feint is a given. Feint's like the best move in the game. Just the perfect dodge. Kind of just like Absol, Muscle Band is a must-have. You're auto-attacking so much with Cinderace. It helps you early game. It just increases your damage output and your basic attack speed. His basic attack speed is so fast. Also, I love Scope Lens since you're auto-attacking all the time. And because Blaze Kick is a guaranteed critical hit, I feel like I've noticed that having the Scope Lens upgraded and dealing more crit damage means Blaze Kick does more damage as well. So these two are a super great pairing. And then I usually just run a Float Stone on it as well, just for, you know, other fast rotating. You can run Cinderace in the jungle. You can run them on either top or bottom lane. He can be kind of a rotator. Float Stone's been kind of the most premier item that we've seen, and I've used the most. I've thought about testing out Energy Amplifier a little bit as well, just to, you know, kind of abuse his ult as well. And he also does have Blaze, so when he's at, you know, when Pokemon uses a move, the next attack becomes a boosted attack. That means if he's using Blaze Kick, it's just going to become immediate boosted attack. And then when he's at lower HP'd, he gets increased critical hit rate and attack speed. So you could also run like a Focus Band. I haven't done enough testing with this one, but it can give him a little bit more staying power. So some combo of like Float Stone or maybe Focus Band, or even, you know, something like Energy Amplifier. All really good choices. I've tried Attack Weight before, and so far Attack Weight seems to be kind of an underwhelming item, so I kind of usually stay away from it. So something like this. And just eject button, you know, just to pair it with Feint, you get that invulnerability, and then you flash away, and you're just out of harm's way. If you really plan on playing super far back, you could also run X Attack if you wanted to. I've seen a couple Cinderace use X Attack very well. Just deal even more damage, but I feel like just Flash is the way to go. As for synergies, Snorlax is Cinderace's best friend. Just keeps him alive, keeps everyone at bay, and keeps them back while Cinderace just sits in the back line, kicking fire at them and doing so much damage. Likewise, Slowbro and Crustle can do a very similar thing, as well as Mime. All these characters kind of just keep people at bay. Just works so well with Cinderace, above all others. I mean, there's other characters like Lucario and Cinderace are such a high damage lane. He can also work with someone like Ninetales. I guess I'll put Ninetales here as the last kind of character who just works so well with so many characters, but he just works so well in a lane with some kind of defense crowd control character. Super good. Next up is who I'd say my absolute main is, my number one above all else, is Lucario. Where's Lucario here? You see, I'm favorited here. He's one of the best characters in the game. Super strong. I always pick Quick Attack first just for the dash. He can jungle. He can go a lane very well. Has an amazing combo. You absolutely, even though Extreme Speed is very good, Power Up Punch, Bone Rush is the play. No question about it. You can Power Punch into Bone Rush, and then you hit the Bone Rush again. You get Power Punch again immediately. You Power Punch again, and that's any character in the game. You can take down a tank like that. It's insane. So for Lucario's movesets, Focus Band just pairs so well with his personal skill, where he gets a shield and movement speed when he's at low HP. Focus Band just keeps him at low HP threshold for a while, and it almost seems like he just won't die at low HP. Muscle Band, really great, increases damage output, increases auto attacks. Muscle Band is just one of the best items in the game for any kind of physical attacker. So. And then for the last item, I usually run something along the lines of Buddy Barrier for the added HP, as well as giving you a shield when you use your ultimate. I've also run Score Shield just for the more HP, and also just being able to dunk in people's face and kind of heal on them. Like if I'm like fighting them in tower, if I get a couple points, I can like drop Score Shield to heal myself and then hit him with a Power Up Punch. I've actually really liked Score Shield a lot. It's been an item I've been playing around with a lot more, and I've seen some people. The sets I usually see are something along the lines of this, but in my personal experience, I've had a lot of fun with Score Shield. And then just eject button, just give him another way to get out of there. He doesn't need any kind of damage increase from anybody. I mean, you can maybe run like full heal to counter Gengar, but just use eject button. As for synergy, Lucario works so well with Eldegoss. Eldegoss just keeps him alive and keeps him in the fight, so he can just keep blowing everybody up. he can 2v1 with a little bit of support, so he's just super well in that regard. Likewise, Mime can kind of like pick somebody, he can wall them to block their escape, making it really effective, or he can just push people away and just keep like allow Lucario to get in and out a little bit easier. I've run Mime with Lucario as Mime and as Lucario, and he's been a lot of fun to team with. Likewise, pairing with a Snorlax, if you're in a lane where you can work with double melee characters, someone like Snorlax or Crustle or Slowbro can work super well. But I've definitely seen the best, absolute best synergy has been Eldegoss with Lucario. Super destructive. Next up is Mr. Mime, the character I just talked about. Mr. Mime is my support character of choice. I usually pick Fake Out first just for the early clears, and then get Barrier really quickly afterwards. And then I just run the Confusion into Barrier build. I think Guard Swap and Psychic are very interesting, but I just love putting up those walls, creating the distance, and hitting them with the stun of Confusion into the barriers. It hits for them for like half of their health immediately. It's crazy. He's like super bulky, and he doesn't really seem like it. So I feel like I can always just like get away from people. I can go in, disrupt fights, do a lot of damage, and then I have to back away. I can just push people away from me. Use my walls to get away, so I can just get in and out and play just the most annoying and disruptive Mime I can be. As for held items, I really like something like Wise Glasses to increase my special attack damage output, because Mime has a very good damage output with Confusion and into the walls. Likewise, Shell Bell is really nice just for a little bit. You get a little bit lower cooldown, you get a little bit higher special attack, but you also just heal when you hit with attacks. And as Mime, you're not like throwing attacks at your teammate. You're not like trying to help your teammate out. Like you're in the fight. You're scrapping with Mime. So I feel like Shell Bell has just been super nice. I've also had a good experience with Mime, as I like to put up the walls to kind of go score and disrupt people even more, and just be like the trigger that that sets my opponents off. They're like pissed off at this Mime. They can't kill this Mime. This Mime keeps pushing them and blocking them with the walls, and now he's scoring on me. It's like, I love it. I love how people react to it. Likewise, Buddy Barrier, super good. Something for bulk. I've definitely experimented with like Rocky Helmet on him as well. But I feel like he just kind of keeps people away more, so I feel like for bulk, Rocky Helmet is the lesser choice. I've seen Assault Vest on him. I don't have my Assault Vest leveled up, so I don't use it. But that I've seen Assault Vest on other Mimes, and Mimes I've fought, Mimes I've played with. Really good item for him as well. Kind of any mixture of one or two of these special attack boosting items and some kind of bulk. With the items that I have powered up, I usually just run something like Score Shield or Buddy Barrier. I like something like this. And as for item, this is a Pokemon that I feel like is actually pretty flexible with items. Because I feel like I can always get away from a fight with my natural bulk, especially with Filter, which just reduces the damage I take for a short period of time. I feel like I don't always need a Eject button to get away. Sometimes I feel like I can use Potion just for sustainability. And kind of just keep pushing him away, blocking him away. Potion kind of keeping me alive for a little bit longer. As well as Full Heal just to deal with if I'm like fighting Gengars and stuff. And if I'm going up against a lot of CC, or I feel like I'm going to go up against a lot of CC, I feel like Full Heal's worked out very well for me. X speed could be okay too for that same kind of just like speed and getting in there, being able to disrupt people get in there, disrupt people faster, move around faster. Not a bad item. I usually kind of stick with something like Potion, surprisingly enough, but Eject button, of course, always super good. Haven't messed with Smokescreen. I could totally see Smokescreen just being the cream of the crop with just being the most annoying character in the game. As for synergies, I've run Mime with all of the all-rounders, stuff like Lucario. I've used my walls to block somebody in so the Machamp can go submission them, and then I walk around, push them into a wall, and that person's just dead. I've run Mime as well in a lane with someone like a Cinderace or a Ninetales. I feel like he's a very flexible character. He offers a lot of great crowd control and can just keep people away for the long-range attackers, can keep people in for the close-range attackers. Really versatile and disruptive character. Can really do a lot of things, so... Who else have I really teamed with him with? I guess Charizard. So I have a friend who plays Charizard. I've run mine with Charizard a couple times. But yeah, I feel like he works great bottom lane. He can fill top lane as well. Yeah, it's a really fun character. And the last character I run is Alolan Ninetales. I just realized I was talking about Mime and I didn't put the thing on Mime. So, whoops. Here's Mime. Pardon me. I missed his little dance. Look at his little idle pose. I love it so much. I also love doing that on people. I love just like running up to their base and just going. It's so fun. And then like put a wall and run away. You're just like, I love Mime so much. He's so fun. Anyways, on to Alolan Ninetales. I should put that in the thumbnail. It should be the thumbnail. On to Alolan Ninetales. I usually start with Icy Winds. As it pushes people, I feel like I can just push the Apoms closer in the direction I'm running. Whatever, it doesn't really matter. And then I'm a huge fan of the fairy build. I run Dazzling Gleam and Aurora Veil. I love Dazzling Gleam for the stun, better crowd control, and then Aurora Veil for the added bulk when you're in it, as well as the boosted attacks. And it can help you freeze more. You just deal so much more damage. I feel like you're so much more disruptive and can really just solo a lane with Ninetales. That's why I love her so much. I play her whenever I feel like I have to solo a lane or something. I can carry the lane. I can play her with another attacker with crowd control, play her with a defender, so many different things. And the item build I run with her, and I've seen a lot of people run with her, is Muscle Band for those boosted attacks to deal even more damage, Wise Glasses for the increased special attack, and Shell Bell for the increased special attack as well as the healing and the cooldown. Just pairs so well. This item build has kind of been the tried and true of most Ninetales that I've seen, and so far in my testing is the tried and true as well. And just a eject button to give you that quick escape, because Ninetales doesn't really have any kind of escape options. I feel like that's the only thing in her kit that she's missing. As for synergies, she works so well with Snorlax. Ninetales Snorlax is such a crazy, stupid hard lane. It's such a hard lane to take down. The fact that she evolves at level 4 and Snorlax, yeah, it's such a stupid lane. I've seen her work with Cinderace. I've worked with her as Lucario. She can work well with someone like Pikachu or Cramorant as well. Something like that. Maybe someone like Slowbro. Or someone like Crustle. I've run Ninetales Crustle. It's been a lot of fun. I feel like such a versatile character can run either lane, either as the premier attacker or as kind of a backup attacker. Has so much good damage and crowd control at the same time. I feel like it's just such a flexible Pokemon. Love her so much. She's super strong. If you haven't played her yet, absolutely play her. Pick her up. She is a top tier for sure. Super cool Pokemon, really cool moveset, and super tried and true item build. And yeah, so that's all the builds. The last thing I'll talk about is one of the issues that you'll run into in this game as you're picking more characters to kind of role fill is you'll be upgrading your items and you'll kind of realize like, oh, well maybe I need this item for this Pokemon, but I want to upgrade this one since I use them premierly. Like I premierly use someone like Lucario and Cinderace and Absol, who all use the Muscle Band, and also Ninetales, who all use Muscle Band. So I want to prioritize the Muscle Band, but someone like Mime or Eldegoss or Snorlax, some of these characters I use to fill roles, don't use Muscle Band at all, and instead I need other items to kind of help them out. So I will increase my Buddy Barrier to use on them, since I see myself using Buddy Barrier on someone like Lucario, Mime, even someone like Ninetales I can use Buddy Barrier on. And it's just like things like that. Like you have to understand that even though you have, like you want to get a couple. Of course, you want to focus your items for your main character, but you also want to get a couple items for whatever Pokemon you fill. Work on a couple bulk items. Doesn't really matter exactly what. For example, the bulk items I have leveled up are Focus Band, Buddy Barrier, and Score Shield are my highest. I also have a pretty good Rocky Helmet, but my leftovers, my Assault Vest, are just left in the dust. So even though they're really good items, they're probably the best items on like Snorlax, I just don't have them, so I'm not really gonna worry about them since I don't really, main Snorlax. If I was switching over to main Snorlax, if I jumped on a team and I had to become the Snorlax main, maybe then I would kind of start investing into Assault Vest and stuff. Invest in the Assault Vest. Invest in the vest. But stuff like that, you know, just don't, like, I'm not going to tell you to worry about specific items for these Pokemon that you roll fill. You definitely just want to focus on your main Pokemon, you know, my main Pokemon. Again, Cinderace, Absol, Lucario, so I'm focusing that Focus Band, the Muscle Band, the Scope Lens. Those are like my 3 items that I use probably the most. Then I use like Wide Lens a good amount with a couple other characters, so I focus that. Shell Bell as well. Buddy Barrier, Score Shield. I've put some money into this game, so I have a couple items that are level 20. But it's just, even though I play Snorlax here and there, even though I play Mime a lot, and they both can really benefit from the Assault Vest, doesn't mean I necessarily have to go and invest in that. It's just better for me to focus on the items that I really need to that I really want to focus on for my main characters, and then have some backup ones that are level 15, 20, you know, usable items for my support Pokemon. So yeah, that's just something to note. I think people should know, people should think about, since there's so many different items, so many different builds, so many different characters and stuff. So really focus your favorites. Have a couple backups for your, upgrade some universally good items like Focus Band, Buddy Barrier, Score Shield, so you can put them on your bulky Pokemon and give you something to do. Basically, just gives you something to use, so you're not running around with a Snorlax with the Scope Lens, Float Stone, and Muscle Band. Like, this is stupid. This would be scary, but it's stupid. So, like, yeah, just to help you out there. And yeah, that's gonna do it for the video, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Please like, comment, subscribe, get my channel out there. Let me know who your favorite Pokemon, who your 5 favorite Pokemon are to play. Let me know what builds you're running, what moves you're running, what items you're running, stuff like that. Let me know. I'd love to see what people do. You know, I love to see the diversity in this game. So, yeah. Catch you later, guys. Have a good rest of your day.